We haven't seen that exposed in the Gazette, but we're expecting it to be because we know that amendment law has been ratified. It may not be published in the Gazette till after the central bank governor-elect shows us an exchange rate. Or they do it at the same time. The President of the Republic approves the amendment of the budget law regarding the export of Kurdistan oil through SOMO. Quote, President of the Republic of Iraq, Abdul Latif Jamal Rashid, approved the First Amendment to the Iraqi federal budget law regarding the export of oil from the Kurdistan region through the National Oil Marketing Company, SOMO. In order to implement the law, there is only one stage left, which is to publish it in the Iraqi official gazette. Anti-Money Laundering Office. Iraqi authorities face difficulty tracking digital transactions. Quote, Iraqi authorities are facing difficulty in tracking digital transactions. This article tells us there is still a heavy reliance on cash transactions. There will still be a need to have these larger notes for foreign trade even after the project to delete the zeros is completed. We also have to think about all the countries that have the 3 zeros notes now in their country's foreign reserves. So these older 3-0 notes are not going away. Ours will be valuable. Question. Is it true that the rate they drop will not be our rate? Mark Z. I have been told that because of the Oil for Dinar program we should receive up to $2 more. We will have to wait and see. This is from an article regarding the president signing the budget today. The Iraqi president has signed the budget amendment, which will be published in the official Iraqi Gazette, Al-Waqi, on Monday, February 17, 15 days after the approval of the amendment. Quote, the Iraqi parliament approved the budget amendment concerning the oil of the Kurdistan region on February 2. It will be implemented 15 days after approval and publication in the official Iraqi Gazette. Al-Sudani confirms the government's insistence on lifting the European ban on Iraqi airways. We are on the precipice. We are right on the edge of this happening. Isn't it exciting? We're not asking questions like, will it happen? We're instead waiting with a reality. Iraq is financially stable and does not need aid. They are telling us they do not suffer from a deficit. They are saying they are the ones to help other countries now. Dr. Shabibi, former governor of the CBI, always said if they give him safe and stable, he would release the new rate of the dinar. Iraq has a massive amount of reserves, far more than necessary than the requirements of the IMF. And they've increased their gold reserves. Iraq Mall, Baghdad's upcoming mega shopping and entertainment hub. Quote, Baghdad is set to welcome a game-changing retail and entertainment hub with the opening of Iraq Mall, a sprawling 550,000 square meter development in the Al Dora area, near the two-story bridge overlooking the Tigris River. This mega mall will house top global brands, including Zara, Pull & Bear, Massimo Dutti, Puma, Under Armour, Lacoste, Levi's, Hugo Boss, and Bershka, among many others. With a diverse mix of high-end fashion, sportswear, and lifestyle stores, Iraq Mall is poised to become the ultimate shopping destination in the country. Set to open in late 2025, Iraq Mall will transform Baghdad's retail landscape and provide an unparalleled shopping and leisure experience. I can hardly believe all the things Iraq is doing simultaneously. It boggles the mind. Iraq has launched a 15,000-acre housing project. They approved phosphate and sponge iron projects. Standard Chartered is putting $95 million up for Iraq power plant financing. Iraq is expanding the Mason refinery to include a new 70,000 barrels of oil per day facility. Iraq launched its third phase of Baghdad Pulse initiative, which is rehabilitating Al Rashid Street, which was reduced to a pile of rubble on top of a pile of rubble. BP is putting 25B on the table and betting big on Iraq again. It just goes on and on with all manner of progress, like new economic agreements with Kuwait and 3 new oil wells in Zubair, and it would take a page to list all the alliances and agreements and projects. This hardly sounds like a country operating on 1320 IQD to the $1 to me. Something has got to give. Singapore has no news on the completion of the cross-border payment training. I think when they are through, we will see movement. The Central Bank of Iraq is among the top 10 banks buying gold in the world. Quote, The Central Bank of Iraq ranked 7th on the list of central banks that bought the most gold in 2024. Don't pay attention to the rumors. Where is the logic in the rumor? If it turns out that President Trump and Vance have asked Sadani to hand in his resignation as Prime Minister, then I might just walk away. I'll just walk away. The relationship between the two of them is the reason why we're going to the new exchange rate soon. Emo. The issue of smuggling oil from the Kurdistan region remains a subject of wide controversy within political and popular circles, as it is raised from time to time, especially when discussing the annual federal budgets. Reports indicate that the regional government is exploiting financial revenues away from federal oversight, while smuggling operations continue despite the decisions of the federal court that stressed the need to subject the oil sector in the region to the authority of Baghdad. Despite these decisions, the region is accused of smuggling oil through unofficial outlets, which deprives the state of significant financial revenues, while the federal government faces international pressure, especially from the United States, to approve additional financial commitments in favor of the region, even if they conflict with Iraqi laws. These pressures contributed to the passage of new financial allocations to the regional government within the budget, despite its failure to commit to handing over oil revenues to Baghdad. Calls for urgent action in this context. Al-Fatah Alliance member Ali Al-Fatlawi confirmed that oil smuggling operations by the Kurdistan region are still ongoing without any accountability, calling on the federal government to urgently intervene to end this file that is draining the national wealth. Al-Fatlawi said in a statement to Al-Maluma agency, "Smuggled oil is a national wealth that belongs to all Iraqis, and is not limited to the region." He pointed out that the region continues its smuggling operations, and at the same time demands money from Baghdad without paying its due financial obligations. He stressed the need to take firm measures to put an end to this breach, which represents a clear plundering of the country's resources. Calling on the government to intensify its efforts and pressure to stop the smuggling operations that are taking place without any oversight or legal accountability. Approval of the oil and gas law, the decisive solution. For his part, the head of the Generations parliamentary bloc, MP Mohammed Al-Sayhoud, called on the political forces to give priority to approving the oil and gas law, stressing that the problem between the federal government and the region was resolved after amending paragraph 12 of the federal budget law, which opens the way for the legislation